Say against Chelsea. Yes, Thiago Silva will definitely be facing his former club, and of course, Pedro, also the new man for Chelsea Football Club, will get to meet his former club. Also talking about Fluminense. So a lot of emotions, a lot of nostalgic feelings also will go down in that fixture, and of course, definitely waiting to see what Chelsea will bring to the table as far as that particular encounter is concerned. And not to forget, we've got another game also that will interest you. Paris Saint-Germain, the current UEFA Champions League winner and five-time Club World Cup winner, Real Madrid, will go on to face the Parisian side. Of course, Kylian Mbappe will get to meet his former club. There's a lot of, undertone result concerning that particular fixture, because remember, Kylian Mbappe left Paris Saint-Germain in a very, very controversial circumstances. Some people are saying maybe he's going to have a lot of receptions from the Paris Saint-Germain fans, but then some people are saying, well, they're not sure, because Alright, so in case you're just joining us for the first time, we welcome you once again to iSport on I-FLIER 103.3 FM, the Tuesday edition, where we get to dissect all of the interesting stories around the world of sport. We've got a lot, as I mentioned earlier. There's tennis, there's football, there's transfer market also in the midst. There's stories from the WAFCON 2024 European Championship also still going down. Yes, we saw games yesterday. Some of the big girls are gradually, making a statement, giving off the vibe of a potential, champion, because Spain, they've never won Euros before, but this time around they're looking more like a team who are really prepared to go all the way to win the European Championship. They won their game 6-2 yesterday against the Belgian women. We'll talk about the European Championship on the show this afternoon also, and of course I will talk about IBADUN also. Yes, Grigor Dimitrov had to retire despite winning the first set and the second set, and surprisingly was also leading in the third set, and a certain Yannick Sinner actually confirmed that he wasn't really happy because he had to qualify despite losing his two sets, but his opponent had to retire because of an injury he picked up in that game. So all of this we'll set to unpack on the show this afternoon. So in case you're just joining us, you've got the call lines, but in case you don't have it right now, let me call it out at 0705 500 1033, or you call 09054 44 1033, and you can also watch us live on Facebook, I-FLIER 103.3 FM live. So go there, go drop your comments, like the page, and make sure you share the video also.
Competition to watch, probably also trashing teams, beating Belgium yesterday
6-2.
Yeah, to 2. So I think that's a whole lot to talk about. To the WAFCON as well, South Africa also defending their WAFCON competition against Ghana by beating them 2-0 as well. So a whole lot to talk about. So just like we always say on the show, whether a casual observer or just a diehard fan.
Your respective club, yes, we'll get to talk about all of that on the show this afternoon. Sport Umpire, good afternoon to you. How are you doing? I saw the story about Victor Osimhen yesterday, and I quickly thought to myself that this guy should just forget about playing for some of the top European football. Go play for Galatasaray, and of course go enjoy yourself. Good afternoon. I got the information that Victor Osimhen and Galatasaray, they are talking to Napoli, but this thing is just baffling. I think Napoli should just give this guy a chance, and let's see what he can actually do for the team. But it seems the manager with the body language even before Victor Osimhen left for Galatasaray on loan, he already brought on board a certain Romelu Lukaku, and of course, eventually they won the league together. But then, you said it earlier, Galatasaray, of course, fantastic team, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, club in Turkey. But then, I think Victor Osimhen, sorry to Galatasaray fan, but then I think Victor Osimhen is bigger than that club. Looking at what he has done so far in European football with Napoli, Lille Metropole, and of course the current team talking about Galatasaray.
Absolutely, Victor Osimhen is heads and shoulders above playing in the Turkish Super League, and I think we all agree that it was circumstance that brought him to Galatasaray in the first place last summer. He shouldn't have played in Galatasaray in the first place. Look at the caliber of players that are playing in Galatasaray, players that are like way past their prime, players that are 30 plus. These are guys that go to Galatasaray, but Victor Osimhen at 25, 26 went to Galatasaray, and we could understand that okay, maybe he was kind of forced into that deal. There were no options, but now again, when it seemed like there were going to be options, like although there were no, there were difficult options, like maybe some for him to reduce his wages, right there.
Yeah.
There were options from Saudi Arabia as well, but surprisingly, Victor Osimhen chose to stay in Galatasaray. According to reports that he has agreed personal terms with them. The only stumbling block now is for Napoli and Galatasaray to agree a transfer fee for Victor Osimhen.